My name is Emma, a 38-year-old mother of two, living a quiet life in the rolling hills of the English countryside. I'm a librarian, a job that suits my love for order and stories, and I've always been the steady one in our family. My younger sister, Clara, is the opposite, vibrant, charming, the kind of person who lights up a room. Our parents always said, Clara's destined for greatness. I used to wonder if I'd ever measure up. I built a life I thought was solid. I married Daniel, a kind-hearted architect, and we had two children, Lily, 14, and Sophie, 12. Our days were filled with school runs, piano lessons, and cozy evenings by the fireplace. It felt like enough, until the envelope arrived. One chilly spring morning, I found it on the kitchen table, elegant ivory paper with silver script. Clara's wedding invitation. She was marrying Oliver Wentworth, a wealthy London financier with a townhouse in Mayfair and a country estate in the Cotswolds. "Mum, you're home," Sophie called, bursting in with a grin. I aced my history quiz. I hugged her, proud but distracted by the envelope. Daniel walked in, stirring tea. "What's that?" he asked. "Clara's getting married," I said. "To Oliver Wentworth." He raised an eyebrow. "Fancy." That night, after the kids were asleep, I stared at the invitation. Daniel sat beside me. "Thinking about Clara?" I nodded. "She always gets the fairy tale." He squeezed my hand. "You've built something real, Emma. Us, the kids, this home." I smiled, but a familiar heaviness settled in my chest. The next day, I rang Clara. "Congratulations," I said. Her voice bubbled with excitement. "He's perfect, Emma. I want you and Lily to be my bridesmaids. I can't do this without you." My heart warmed. Of course, we'd be honored. Over tea in a quaint London cafe, Clara glowed, talking about her proposal under the stars and the grand venue, a historic manor in Kent. "I've always admired you, Emma," she said suddenly. "Your family, your strength. You've got it all." Her words caught me off guard, but they felt sincere. The months leading to the wedding were a whirlwind of planning, dresses, flowers, menus. Yet something felt off. Daniel was distant, staying late at the office, his phone always buzzing. "Just work," he'd say, but his excuses were vague. I pushed the doubts aside, focusing on Clara's joy. At the rehearsal dinner, Clara was radiant in a silk dress, the manor's chandeliers casting a warm glow. I smiled for her, but inside, I was unraveling. Sophie climbed into my bed that night, her voice small. "Mum, something's wrong with Dad. He's always hiding his phone." I brushed it off with a laugh. "He's probably just stressed, love." But her words lingered. The wedding day arrived, bright and crisp. Lily and I stood beside Clara as bridesmaids, her white gown shimmering under the manor's stained glass windows. "I'm glowing, aren't I?" she whispered. "The most beautiful bride," I replied, meaning it, though a knot tightened in my stomach. During the ceremony, I caught Daniel's eyes lingering on Clara too long, too often. I told myself it was nothing. At the reception, laughter filled the air as guests toasted the couple. The band played, and the MC called all couples to the dance floor. Daniel took my hand. "You look stunning," he said, but his voice felt hollow. As we danced, he turned to Clara. "May I?" She smiled, and they glided across the floor, too comfortable, too close. My chest tightened. Back at our table, Sophie sat rigid, clutching a phone with a floral case, Clara's. "Mum," she whispered, her voice urgent, "we have to run." "Aunt Clara and Dad are." She handed me the phone. My hands shook as I scrolled. Photos. Daniel and Clara in a London cafe, his hand on hers, another in a car, her head on his shoulder, a third in a hotel corridor, his arms around her, too intimate. Then the texts, "Tonight, West Wing. Told Emma it's a client dinner. She believes anything." Clara's reply, "You're mine, always were." Emma was just there. My world shattered. This wasn't just betrayal, it was deliberate, cruel. Sophie's eyes welled up. I'm sorry, Mum. I hugged her tightly. You're so brave, love. You did the right thing. I found Oliver by the Manor's rose garden, his face alight with the evening's joy. I handed him the phone. He scrolled, his expression darkening. How long? He asked. I don't know, I said, but it's not new. He crouched to Sophie. You're incredibly brave, he told her. Just then, Clara and Daniel appeared, laughing. They froze when they saw us. What's this? Clara asked, her voice shaky. Oliver held up the phone. The truth. Daniel stammered, it's not what it looks like, enough, I snapped. You betrayed us both. The air grew still. Sophie clung to my hand. I faced Clara. Why him? She looked away, her perfect facade crumbling. He pursued me for years, gifts, calls, saying he was trapped. I didn't know how to stop it. Her voice broke, but it wasn't enough. Oliver's voice was ice. To the tech booth, he told the MC, put these on the screen. All of them. The crowd gasped as the photos and texts flashed across the massive screen behind the floral arch. Silence fell, heavy and absolute. Oliver took the microphone. The wedding's off. I won't build a life on deceit. He walked away, alone. Clara stood, frozen in her gown. Daniel turned to me, desperate. Emma, please, it's over, I said. For Lily and Sophie, leave quietly. I took Sophie's hand. Let's find Lily. We're going home. The drive home was silent. Lily curled up in the back, Sophie stared out the window. Is this my fault? She whispered. I took her hand. No, love. You told the truth. That's never wrong. The weeks that followed were raw, paperwork, tears, and hard talks with the kids. Daniel sent flowers, letters, I made a mistake. But he wasn't sorry for us, only for being caught. He asked for the house but not custody, not even a call to check on the girls. That cut deepest. Clara disappeared, no apologies, no explanations. I returned to the library, taking on more hours, and started volunteering at a community center, using my love for stories to help others heal. Sophie struggled at school, quiet and withdrawn, but she began to open up. Lily, usually reserved, surprised me one night. We'll be okay, Mum, she said. We've got you. Sophie asked, will Dad marry Aunt Clara? I sighed. I don't know, love. But we're enough. She nodded, understanding more than a 12-year-old should. The pain didn't vanish, but it softened, turning into something we could carry. I married Daniel at 23, dreaming of a life filled with shared laughter, milestones, and love through every storm. I thought love was enough. I was wrong. Daniel will pay child support, the least he can do. Maybe one day he'll want more than that, but I won't wait for him. Lily and Sophie deserve truth, peace, a home where love doesn't betray. I'll give them that, no matter what.